What's up, guys? Set the Programmer here again with a debatable topic. This video is going to be, what would your power level be? How would you calculate your own power level? What would it be if someone looked at you with a scouter? What would your power level say? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now, let's break a few things off. What an average person has a power level of 5. That average person being a fat, middle-aged farmer that smokes cigarettes. So maybe that isn't the average power level, but that's the only power level for a normal human we have, if that makes sense. And we also know that Kid Goku has a power level of 10, and we also know, Kid Goku fought Yamcha, and Yamcha has about a power level of 10, and I'm just going to roll this clip real quick. Okay, so as you can clearly fucking see, none of you have a power level of 10 after witnessing that. I hope none of you can do that. If you can, Jesus Christ. But I digress. None of you guys have a power level of 10. It's anywhere between about 2 through 7 is what I usually say. There are instances where people can have power levels over 7. I'm going to give an example. Usain Bolt is almost as fast as Kid Goku. So Usain Bolt, his speed would be about a power level of 9, while Kid Goku would be a 10. However, why I say that you can only be a 7 is because you might be able to train one stat up to be very, very high, but it's almost impossible to have your entire body at that same level. Like, there's no way you can get your entire body to have the same stats as Usain Bolt's speed. Sure, you can get to Usain Bolt's speed, but how are you going to have Usain Bolt's speed, be able to bench press a fucking ton? You know what I'm saying? It's just not very likely. That's why I say, power level 7 is pretty much the maximum. However, you can have certain stats go over 7, if that makes sense. Now, it's also very possible, because power levels are exponential, that every human on Earth simply just has a power level of 5. That's actually a very likely scenario, that everyone just might have a power level of 5. There might be no differentials. Obviously, some people are stronger than others, but because compared to other beings in the universe, our power level doesn't go over 5, right? Because they're so exponential. So, because these things are made to record planet busters, people that can destroy planets and moons. We're still struggling to lift weights, and I don't even think anybody can really punch down a room yet. No one's even room level. So having everyone's power level being only 5 makes sense, but we're gonna argue that it goes over 5 for the sake of your enjoyment, and because I like to think that's the case. Now, one thing you should know about power levels is that when you get to about a 20 to a 20% increase greater than another person, you can basically one-shot them. Let me give you an example. Vegeta versus Kui. Vegeta's got a power level of 24,000. Kui has got a power level of 18,000. Vegeta would therefore be 25% stronger. Vegeta can literally one-shot Kui. One shot, kill him in one attack while not even trying. Now, you need to think about this when calculating your own power level. If you were to fight that farmer, do you think you could kill him in one punch? Be honest now. Do you think you can kill another man in one hit? Don't get me wrong. If you hit them with a right kick, or right knee, hit him in the throat or something, you could do it. However, that's more a luck thing, and not really because you're a fucking beast. You know what I'm saying? Someone like Kid Goku, someone that can launch people hundreds of feet away in one hit, he could do it. You, maybe, if you got lucky. You know what I'm saying? So what this means is your power level is most likely not even a 6, right? I mean, if you had a power level 6, you're one-shotting this farmer. You might be fucking killing him in one hit. Now, I don't want to burst your guys' bubble. I know you guys oh, I'm above average. I could take on that farmer. And, I'm sure you can, It's just power levels are really exponential, and it's really hard to raise your power level even by a point. Even a single power level point means so much, especially at these lower levels. So for a human, someone is not like superhuman like a Dragon Ball character, it's very hard to get past that. Now, if you could take out that farmer in about like 2 or 3 hits, like on a consistent basis, I could see you being like 10% stronger, or maybe like you hospitalize him with a kick or something. I can definitely see you being on the upper end of like the 5.5 through 5.8 ranges. I've personally calculated myself at about 5.8, 5.9. Because honestly, if somebody that trains, MMA, works out, knows what they're doing, hits this fucking little ass farmer with a full on Spartan kick to the face, or, even a roundhouse kick, that old man is probably going to be hospitalized and might die. So you might be 25%, superior in terms of power level because you can one-shot them. But most people, they can't do that. So, and if you find yourself, you think that farmer's going to bend you over his knee and fucking spank you, you're under a 5. If he can one-shot you, if you think that farmer can knock you out in one punch, you're probably like a 4 or like a 4.5. Most people calculate women to be about 4.5. It's possible that women can beat up the farmer. I'm not saying they can't. Obviously, I'm just saying on average, that farmer can beat up pretty much every woman on the planet, right? There are some women that would beat the fuck out of him, though. That's what I'm implying. But anyway, if you can't one-shot the farmer, your power level is under 5.5. Well, I guess under 6. If you can knock him out in a few hits, it's about 5.5, maybe a little bit greater. If you think you could dominate him, like if you think you could just beat the living fuck out of him, I could see 5.5. But like, how about this? 5.5 is dominating. 5.8 is knocking him out in a few hits. And 6 is like basically killing him in one kick or something. Now, if you had a power level of 7, man, you could take on multiple people and basically take them all out in like one hit. Like, I'd say even most prime of like UFC fighters, they still have not even reached that level. You could argue that some do. I like to think that they do. But I mean, if we're just looking at it from a factual point of view compared to how Dragon Ball works with power levels, it just doesn't add up. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're like a child, you're still in like elementary school, your power level is most likely like a 3. You could still get beat up by your mom. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and till next time.